Everybody, how's it going? Mark here, Backcountry Pipe. Thursday evening here in Nova Scotia. Sitting out on the front deck, enjoying a bowl. I have the Dr. Graybo Royalton fired up this evening. It's been a while for this one. And in it, I have a bowl of Gowith and Hogarth Bobs Chocolate Flake. Or maybe it's Chocolate Flake now. I think it changed the name a little bit, or Bob's Flake or something like that. Anyway, just opened it from a 25-gram sample that I bought while I was in Edinburgh at Jaffrey Street Pipe and Tobacco. But very tasty. First time I've ever had this. Heard lots about it. Never seen it for sale. Or I guess it's always been sold out. So I got a little sample, and I gotta say it's pretty good. First bowl of it, so I mean it's not really fair for me to rate it. Coyotes are going berserk off in the background. Probably can't pick it up on camera, but they're having a little party back there, being kind of vocal. It's one thing I always find is enjoyable when I kind of come out in the front deck at night to have a bowl. The animals, between the owls, coyotes, you never quite know what you're going to hear. Kind of brings me back to kind of brings me back to Travis's videos. Timber Drifter, you know, when he's outside having his nighttime bowl, sometimes in the winter or in the summer or whatever it happens to be, just staring at the stars, listening to the sounds. There's something eerie and interesting about it. Or maybe I should say imaginative, I guess, if that's a word. Anyway, back to the pipe. Chocolate Flake. I get a little bit of a chocolatey, cocoa-y taste. A little vanilla's there. And maybe a slight latakia. But anyway, it's pretty tasty. It's unfair for me to get into it too much, like I said, because it's the first bowl I've had of it in this pipe. But needless to say, it's pretty tasty. And once again, wow, those coyotes are going crazy. Once again, it brings back memories of Edinburgh. Which I have to say, the Condor Ready Rub has rejuvenated my pipe enjoyment. I've had a few bowls of LJ Paredes this week. That between the Condor, but I find myself enjoying the Condor so much. Yeah, I got the Bob's Chocolate Flake, and I got the Revar plug, which I really I want to open and try a sample of. But once again, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole of trying one, trying another, and losing sight of everything. Boy, those coyotes, they almost sound like wolves. The howling, the long howls and everything. Just a nice night to be out enjoying a bowl. So with the kids on Monday, our Thanksgiving Monday, went for a grouse hunt. Ended up getting a couple black ducks out of a flooded beaver pond, which was kind of cool. The kids, they loved it. Even though we had our Hunter Orange on, I always have a couple steel 20 gauge shot with me, and seen those black ducks and swapped it out to steel and managed to get them. So it was pretty exciting for the kids. We seen one spruce partridge, which we got pretty close to and got some pictures of, which was cool. The kids like that. They're protected here. I heard a couple grouse drumming off in the distance, but it's been so warm and so much foliage still on the trees. The grouse hunting right now has not been very good. But I'm sure once our temperatures drop a bit, we get some more some leaves down, it should be better. I've seen a couple woodcock as well, and heard some people seeing some woodcock, so that's good for around here, because woodcock have been kind of quiet the past few years. That brings me to another point. Just thinking of hunting with my kids and everything, and thinking of my experiences growing up hunting and how different they were. You know, my dad and his buddies, they loved to hunt ducks, sea ducks, grouse, deer, you name it. And times were so different then, because some of the places we hunted back then when I was a kid, you know, there's houses there now or you can hunt. And it just seems so easy, and so many more people were into it. Now it seems like it's more of a challenge, you know, balancing family life, kids, house, cottage, career. It's almost like there's a pressure on you to give your kids what your parents gave you, or your dad, especially when it comes to the outdoors. But times are different, and the pressure's still there. But truth be told, the kids probably don't notice the difference, and probably have the same memories that I had growing up that are just as good. But you know, you think back to the late 80s and the 90s, you know, one family income, half the time commitments maybe, or at least a quarter of the, you know, 3/4 of the time commitments. And just different times. Sometimes I kind of feel the pressure of that, but I guess you got to accept the fact that it's not like it was when I was a kid. On the constant duck hunting, and my dad's buddies and so many buddies all used to hunt, and now it's even hard to get that. And some of the people that I do know that hunt, I really have no interest in going with them, because we're just in totally different things. But I find myself extremely satisfied to get a bird, or those couple black ducks, like I mentioned, were just fantastic. And it doesn't take much, even just a day in the woods and the leaves and everything like that. It's fulfilling, it's satisfying. But sometimes there's still that underlying pressure. I think that's just knowing how good it was, and maybe that pressure comes for the amount that I used to go. You know, my dad used to go every weekend, no matter what. Vacation time was hunting. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Family responsibilities didn't play into the equation. And it was hunting with him, his buddies, until I was old enough to go. And even when I was younger, going just to build the duck blinds before I could go duck hunt, but I could go build the duck blinds or go deer scouting and grouse hunting before I could even ever carry a gun. Things around here do go on hold when hunting season comes. And it's certainly busier now, getting everything kind of that crossover season prepared from winter to fall to winter, and around the house. And then when deer season starts, then it's 100%. Nothing happens around here. But I don't know. This time of year always kind of brings me back to growing up and how much fun it was, and the amount of duck hunting and bird hunting and friendship and camaraderie that, you know, my dad had with his buddies, and their commitment to hunting and getting together, and it was so important. It's certainly harder to do today, especially when that camaraderie is not there, because life is busy. Anyway, just some pipe ponderance, I guess. Kind of rambled on here, but it's a video. It's going on 10 minutes. If you'll watch this, great. Hope you're all doing good, and catch you on the next video. Cheers.